When you say live, do you mean recording or are we on like Facebook
recording.
Live? Okay.
Yeah.
Anything we can edit out if it's
No, it's fine. I just like to make sure.
live all over the world. Millions of people are watching you right now,
I'm
Josie.
just saying. I've been caught with that before, where it's like a live stream and I don't even realize that we're recording.
That usually means it's a good show.
Yeah, I did that on fucking High Society Radio. I didn't realize that they were recording an episode at all.
Yeah.
And I just walked into Gas Digital, and I don't even remember how it came up, but I started talking about like, I was like, yeah, like I like where people pee on each other. I think that's
So
nice.
So does that.
And it's nice.
Golden Shy.
Sometimes it's nice, and
Looks
then
refreshing.
and then Chris Fago was like saying something, and he's like, or Harrington was in the booth, and then he's like, oh, the live chat, and I was like, wait, are we live? Did I just say that in front of people? And they're like, yeah, like 100 people. And so
The most racist people possible. The most belligerent people.
every now and then I'll get a comment on something, and it'll be like, Josie loves piss, and I'm like, I didn't say that. That's crazy.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I'll watch it, but like I'll watch a lot of things.
I like it from a distance.
That's great.
I said I asked Big J for some dates to like open up for him the other night, and whenever I do that, because Jay's, I don't know if you know this, horrendous at texting people back. So if I'm asking him for something and I want him to respond, I either include like a picture of Farrah Abraham like shitting or spreading her asshole.
Hit him in his personal spot.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm gonna give you what you like. So then with this one, I sent him my personal favorite, which is a photo of Miley Cyrus outside peeing while drinking a beer. It's a beautiful photo, and I was like, I included that for you, and he was like, oh, you mean one of my favorite photos of all time? And we had like a sweet bonding moment where I'm like, oh, that's nice that we could share that.
That's great.
That's a photo Picasso.
And I got some dates.
He was like, I'll
That
look
Miley
at.
Cyrus photo worked.
He was like, yeah, I'll look at it. I'll let you know. Which is usually Jay speak for. Yeah.
That's
So
great.
yeah.
Yeah. What'd you say?
No, I said, forgot it.
Picasso.
Oh, yeah,
Piss
no.
Picasso.
I said that's a picture Picasso couldn't even recreate. Miley
Exactly.
Cyrus pissing while drinking a beer.
I saw a photo the other day. I think it was just on Twitter, and it was like a nun. This was an old photo from I think like 13 something. And I may be going late with that. It may be even earlier, but it was like a nun in a habit and a monk behind her, and they were like like shit or tits out. They were fucking like
I thought this was going there.
It was
That's
a
hot.
graphic photo, and the person said, he was like, he didn't have a reference for this or anything. Like, do you know how
Just dropped it.
diabolically horny you have to be? How sacrilegiously
You know
horny
what's sick?
to make this from your? Because he didn't have a reference. That's
Yeah.
true. Like now I could just Google or I could AI and then
AI.
like paint from that. No,
This guy drew it on
This
his
guy
head.
saw it in his mind's eye
Yeah.
and then was like, "That's what we're doing." Is this
That's
how your
hot,
podcast normally starts off?
Yeah.
As piss porn and
Piss porn or racism.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josie Marcellino.
Hi.
One of the funniest people I know. One of the first comics I've ever met at Gas.
that's so sweet.
Genuinely one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Follow her stand up.
Depends on who you ask. Did you see that I'm fighting at Skankfest now?
We're going to get into that. We're going to hype that up a little bit, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I'm sorry to interrupt this podcast, but a quick reminder to like, follow, subscribe. You can get the full versions on YouTube, Spotify, full audio on Apple Podcasts. Follow me, follow Josie, follow Dan. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, no one really cares. Thank you for listening. This episode's filled with a lot of insider Gas Digital lore and Philly comedy scene lore. If that's what you're into, appreciate you guys. Like, follow, subscribe. Turn those fucking noties on. Turn those boaties on. You already know what to do. Now let's get back into the show.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Are you coming to Skankfest this year?
Yes. Me and him, we had Harrington on the show.
Good.
And we actually got spots set in the merch.
Good.
booth.
It is. I went. I've been the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So I did all three: Vegas, and then I did New Orleans. I didn't go to Houston, which a lot of people were like, that was my favorite one. Part of that is just like that was the first one they did after the pandemic. You can't recreate the feeling of like, all right, we're all outside again for the first time in forever.
And in
Yeah.
Texas, too, because Texas was like one of the only open states.
Exactly. And so, you can't truly recapture that, but everybody who said that Texas was their favorite went to New Orleans last year and was like, no, this is my favorite. And I loved Vegas. I don't think I would have gone if it went a fourth year in Vegas.
Yeah.
Why not Vegas?
Vegas is a lot. Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
No, that's why. Or New Orleans. So
So New Orleans is my favorite city in the country that's not Philadelphia. New Orleans feels like you're in a different country because the cultural influence that is there.
goddamn in the goddamn
That's how I
bayou
feel
down
anytime
there
I
in the
leave New York
goddamn-
City.
Yeah, it's
I feel like
Yeah.
any other city outside of New York is a fever dream.
and that's true. Like everything outside of New York is a very different vibe, but when you're in New Orleans, you feel like you're in Europe.
Yeah, I could see that.
in a weird way.
The architecture, all of
Architecture's
the little things.
different. Food is incredible. The people are like it's just a different manner than the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Like it's a warmth that's genuine that I haven't found anywhere else.
It's my happy place.
Well, and people know that like, all right, there's a big French influence because of the French Quarter. There's also a huge Spanish influence, huge Portuguese influence, huge Sicilian influence. It is the only place in the world other than Sicily where Siciliano, the Sicilian dialect, is like a living language.
Oh, wow.
So it's like I don't know.
That's interesting. That's a good fact.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of cool stuff to it, and like just everybody there is. It feels like they're genuinely happy to be alive. You do have to be careful, like on Bourbon Street and stuff, because
Delinquents.
there's some danger amok.
Yeah.
But I've been to Mardi Gras a bunch, and I've been for like Jazz Fest and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's a great place.
Yeah, Vegas probably feels more like artificial and
Vegas is one of those places
Overstimulating.
where I think it's a great place to visit for 3 days. By the
Get
fourth
in and
day,
get
you're
out.
like, get me the fuck out of
I
here.
can see that, yeah.
It's very expensive. It is the desert, so it's hot as shit. Like I think the third Skankfest, it was like 110 during the day, and it's
Yeah.
like, that's awful. It was very close to the hotel, so it was like a super short walk, which
Nice.
was nice, but it was also on Fremont Street, and Fremont Street is my favorite part of Las Vegas, but does feel like you've just woken up inside of a fever dream.
yeah.
Like, and I would always accidentally get like a contact high and then get scared and then have to walk back to the hotel room. And then you're walking down through that and you're like, this is so much
Fuck this.
scarier than, like, it's scary to walk
Like
when
you're
you're
in a
sober.
K-hole, yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. I've been to Vegas a bunch, but that's the thing is like once you go enough, you're like,
Fuck it.
I've done it all.
Yeah.
I've seen it all. I'm good.
That's how I feel about Atlantic City. I can only go for like
It's
a day.
very similar to that.
A
Yeah.
day and
I
that's
see
it.
that.
Yeah. Because it's like, all right, you're going to lose your money. Everything's pricey.
You walked around, you
It's-
saw the strip,
yeah.
you did the shit. It's like,
Can't open the windows.
Yep.
even if you want to, even if you thought about it.
Even if you're like, I just lost everything and I really need to take a
Yeah, if
header
you
out of
really-
this window.
Yeah. So fight in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Josie Marcellino.
Yeah.
Aaron, whatever the fuck her last name is.
Lipsky.
Aaron Lipsky. Skankfest. X. You like that promotion? Mm-hmm. Drop a crazy edit right there. Boom. Netflix.
Yeah.
Skankfest fucking wishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that fight came out of nowhere. And actually, I just saw some new shit talk going on today. Did you not see that?
No.
Fuck.
What's the new shit talk?
She
From
commented.
her?
Yeah, from her. Or maybe it was a few days ago.
Wait, did you win the fight?
So the fight
Yeah,
is
sorry,
happening
I didn't even
in
explain properly.
November.
Oh.
So basically, I'll give you the quick synopsis. There's a lady who has gone to Legion of Skanks in New York like every Monday for forever. Like as long as she's been in New York, she goes every single week. She's like a super comedy fan. I've met her a couple of times.
I'm just laughing at how irrelevant this person is. Yeah.
I've always
Nicely
I've
done.
always been polite.
Wait, so this she's just a fan that
She is
comes
a
into
fan
the
that
show?
hangs out.
I've heard some people say that she's a comic. I did not know that.
Couldn't tell.
Prior to this. I didn't know.
This is
I didn't know
rough.
she did comedy. Oh my god.
Somebody commented on a story Wars post and they were like,
Get the fuck.
Josie's getting a lot of
Get
airtime.
the fuck. Send me that right now. Take a screenshot of this and send it to me right the fuck now.
Sounds
I'm
juicy.
sending that to. Oh my
And then she
god.
said they force her down the throats of the viewers harder than she forces all of them down her throat. She's coming at you crazy. That's
That's
why I'm like,
insane. I'm gonna beat the
This was 3
fuck
hours
out of
ago.
this bitch.
Oh, this is this lady saying that.
Yeah.
This, so
Dude, what
okay,
the
so
fuck?
here's
That's
the
all-
thing.
yeah.
This lady is like, I don't know how old she is. I would assume if you put a gun to my head and you're like, guess her age, I'd go 45 to 47.
dead ass. Yeah.
That's how old I think she is. I don't actually know how old she is. every time I had seen her at the stand, which is, I don't go to Skanks every week, but I've gone, and she's always there.
Every week.
Every single week.
Being very careful with your words.
I know. So here's the thing. I genuinely don't want to be a dick, because prior to all of this, and even still a little now, something feels off. You ever meet people and you're like, something's off.
A little fucked up.
I'm on the spectrum, so it's like, I know I'm socially, but I'm enough aware, I think, that I can usually tell if, like, this person's something's strange. They're not getting every cue. And just one of those people that, like, very instantly, like, thinks you're closer than you are.
Delusional?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Actually, now I can say that. But, like...
Because she thinks you're closer than you are, in a way, I would say
like,
that.
talks like she knows you. A bit abrasive. Will kind of rope you into a story. So, like, I've always been polite, but have tried to keep things short.
Me too.
That's the extent of my relationship with this woman. So, but I've always been nice. And she had always been nice back. So I thought, all good. Great. I was on High Society Radio.
Yes.
And the guy, Harrington, who you've met, wears meta glasses. And he, like...
Posts every day.
Yeah, for this whole year, he has been posting, like, a day in a life carousel photos on Instagram. And he took one of me and a guy named Chris Stanley, who was on High Society Radio. He took a photo of us together. Now, granted, not the most flattering photo I've ever taken in my life.
Old off-guard pictures.
I was in a giant, like, Sixers jersey. And, I've put on 40 pounds.
So basically you're just dressed like Adam Sandler.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, so, like, but I don't particularly look thin. I have certainly been fatter. Chris Stanley is...
A big man.
He's a big boy. He's probably...
Right here.
He's a little bigger.
He's bigger than you.
Yeah.
Chris Stanley's a big boy.
I'm wearing a 3X shirt. I feel like
you're taller, maybe, but yeah, he's definitely got more girth.
Chris Stanley's got some height on him, but he's a big boy, and he knows he's a big boy. I'm not saying anything that nobody knows.
Yep.
So Harrington posts this photo of me and Chris Stanley sitting next to each other, and this lady comments, and she says, "Out here making Stanley look thin." And I was like,
what the fuck?
I saw it and I went, what the? Now, mind you, this woman, if I'm being conservative with it, 100 pounds heavier than me.
She's a big girl.
She's a big lady.
She's a big girl.
I've been a big lady. I got no hate towards big ladies.
Me either. I'm just observing.
What the fuck you calling me big for?
Yeah.
So I look at
She lives in a glass, it's like a glass house throwing rocks inside.
I looked at it and I was like, oh, I'm misinterpreting this. So I send her a message and I was like, hey, are you like insulting me? Or are you like saying like, oh, Harrington has like, he's doing a good angle on Stanley. Like, is it something like that?
Yeah.
She doesn't respond. It's in the back of my mind because I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So I sent it to Lewis and I sent it to Harrington and I was like, is she calling me fat? And they were both like, yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And I was like, an hour or two went by, she still didn't respond. And I was like, that's such a shitty thing to do. I'll just put a funny response. And so I commented and I was like, bitch, I will dog walk you. And then so next Monday, Legion of Skanks is happening. I'm there because I have to pick up Ari's suit. That was the night that I picked up his suit to customize it. So I'm at Legion of Skanks. I see her. I don't approach her because I'm like, what the fuck
this bitch.
is going on? And Lewis comes up to me and he was like, hey, Tim Dillon canceled. Do you want, if we brought Aaron on to like hash this out with you, would you do that?
You guys replaced Tim Dillon?
Well, if you mush us both together, yeah, we're about the size of Tim Dillon. Actually, I think Aaron's bigger than Tim. But so I was like, sure. And mind you, the entire time I don't love confrontation. Like, and I never want to like ruin someone's day. Like, I'm a comedian. I want to make people laugh. I don't ever want to like.
Yeah, you're not trying to be an asshole.
Yeah, so it's like I do roasts, but I don't like to do roasts if it's not like a friend or like somebody that I know. Like I've been on like roast battles and stuff, and I'm like, without knowing the person, like it just feels like
it's not funny.
mean.
I mean, it's not as fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
mean.
like,
It's more
Like
mean.
I'd rather take low blow shots at him than some person I barely know.
1,000%. So I'm like,
Can
I
low blow
don't
me
know
when you
this
want.
lady that well. And if she for real, like kind of, I was nervous because I'm like, if she really is like riled up, first of all, I don't know why she would be. But second of all, I'm like, I still want this to be fun. Like, I don't want to be like a dick because it's visually.
Careful with the words again. As your lawyer, be careful with your words.
Visually?
You have to see her when you go on Mondays.
I don't give a fuck. I don't go that often.
True.
And also after that, get fucked.
Oh yeah, no, let it out. Yeah.
So again,
I'll clip this shit for you.
my
I'll make it a fucking clip, send it to her.
hesitation is that I do still think maybe she's a little slow or on the spectrum. I don't know. Something's off, I think, still.
You're about to beat up a retarded bitch.
I
Is that what you're telling
I
me?
know. And that's what I'm like afraid. I'm like, oh, God.
Fuck, I am about to
So
do
you're
that.
guaranteed to win. I should put money on you.
You should put money on me.
Cowshy that shit.
So she is the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
She's gross. Pull up the
She's-
thing. What did you say she looks like on the show?
I said she looks like Rocky Dennis and Droopy Dog, and she does.
She does.
Rocky Dennis.
Yeah.
Rocky Dennis from the movie The Mask.
Okay.
Not Jim Carrey's The Mask, but he's a real person too.
So this lady just looks terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're
look,
both like, yeah.
I am a feminist. Like, I don't like to talk about women like that, and I would never.
Yes.
Like, I would never just bring that up or like hurl that at somebody. I have nothing against this lady in terms of what she looks like. That's insane. So, you know, but with that in mind, it's like I don't want to sit down and just like ruthlessly attack her because that feels crazy. And also, you're not going to be the hero fighting the retard.
It almost also feels out of character from her.
Well, that's what I was like.
It does.
I was like, I thought this lady just like was
A fan of you. If I would have thought of anything.
and was like overly attached to like everybody. Like she always seemed like she was too comfortable with
Yes.
people. So the guests that were on the show were Tristan Bowling and Lev Fur.
Great guests.
And they're great.
For that episode
Hilarious.
specifically, yeah.
They're so fun. I let them do a lot of I took a back seat for most of it because I was like, it feels too easy and too mean, and I don't want to be mean. And I kept saying that. I was like, I don't want to be mean to you. Like, so she revealed that the whole reason that she hates me is because I went on a Manosphere podcast about a year ago. It was awful. I tell everybody, this shit sucked. Not even like, they weren't like belligerently mean to me, but they didn't pay me after they said they would. They told me it was going to be 2 hours. It was a 9.5 hour podcast.
This is the Whatever
That's a
podcast.
fucking-
Let's specifically name what podcast it was, because fuck these guys.
The Whatever podcast
in the
with
nicest
Brian,
way, respectfully.
with Brian Atlas, and I've gone on record. I've said all of this. I'm like, it wasn't even like it was an interesting, like, spirited debate. It's this guy very clearly setting up clips to Clip Farm.
That's why I don't like it.
I get it. He made $16,000 during the live stream just from super chats alone.
Good
like,
for him, though. Fuck.
He's making hand over fist.
He has girls licking lollipops on his show.
That was
What's his
the thing.
name again?
Brian Atlas.
Brian Atlas. It's the Whatever podcast. He keeps his girls there for hours, gets them literally delusional, doesn't give them stuff. The chat is telling them what to do. The chat
torture
control
program.
Yeah,
is
it,
like
it was basically set up to just like break you down and make you say
reveal
something
dumb
to go
shit to
crazy.
get clips.
Did he training camp or something?
He's
sounds like that.
he's not a particularly like charismatic guy. He's just kind of a smarmy dick.
Monotone, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not even like he's that interesting, and it's not like anything real or of substance came up. Like
That's
it was
very true.
just that guy. Yeah, it's that podcast.
That's why I specifically said which one, because it's extremely popular.
Yeah, because he clips. So what he does is he then hires Pakistani and Indian clip farmers, and they make clips and they push them all over the internet. So he's got a very popular show. Like he has everything that I can criticize Brian Atlas for. He has figured out how to make this grift work, and he's
Yeah, I
killing
respect
it.
that.
God bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's terrible and toxic. I think it's bad for society.
Me too, but
Man's making his money. Whatever. There's a market for it.
I will hate on.
I do. I think it's a disgusting way to make money. And he's not like, if he was like a nice guy, fine, but he's not really. And it didn't feed us at all. We had ring pops. That's what we were allowed to eat for the entire 9.5 hours. He just gave us ring pops.
The girls are all sitting there with big blue mouths for the whole podcast, sucking on a lollipop.
What I did.
These dudes are objectifying these women. I could keep on shitting
and don't get me wrong, half the women on the panel are there to promote their OnlyFans.
True.
I have a friend who just went on who had a good time. And she, she's an OnlyFans girl. She makes a killing. She's great. Shout out Ellie from Skanks. She's great. And I know that like she had a good time on it. Awesome. I don't do OnlyFans. I didn't have a good time on it. I got nothing from it. I just sort of wasted my time. Yeah. And then what I did get from it is like, there's people who watch it who have a very parasocial relationship with anybody that goes on there, and with this guy, Brian Atlas, with that sort of whole side of the internet, who think that they know you immediately because they hear you say a couple of things, and then they just latch onto you. And that exists with any sort of entertainment, especially now. And especially with podcasting, because it's like you're hearing people talk for hours. Like you can consider, if you listen to a podcast that's been around forever, if you listen to Legion of Skanks, if you go through that whole catalog and you listen to everything, you will feel like you know them by the end, because they are giving you their unfiltered sort of look into their
100%
life.
Yeah, no, I can feel that way, because I listen to Joey Diaz a lot. So I feel like
you feel like you know him in a way. And I'm the same way. Like I listen to Come Town, and like by the end I was just like, people make the joke like, oh, my best friend Nick Mullen, and I'm like, it is weird because it's like you feel like a sort of attachment to these people, and I'm like, I've met Stavros like twice, but that's it. Like I've never, and so it's like I get it. It's easy to kind of get wrapped up in that, and you feel like, especially if it's someone with your same sense of humor or maybe your same views on things, depending upon what you're watching, it's easy to think like, oh, well, if they just knew me, we would be like best friends because we're like the same. That's not.
It's a big jump.
It's not the reality, because also like, you're not seeing sides of them that you don't know about. Like I got a lot of hate after I did that. And then after I did whatever. And then I did a one-on-one debate.
This is the juice right here.
With a guy named Andrew Wilson.
This is a real guy.
Goes on the Whatever podcast a lot. He's
a professional debater.
Yeah, he's one of those debate guys.
A Dave Smith-like character.
He's good at it.
The best.
I'll say that.
Like political or just like
it's
anything. He just smokes cigarettes and criticizes people's life.
He knows what the fuck he's talking about.
He knows what he's basically. So here's the thing. It's not even so much that he knows what I disagree with him on a lot of things.
It sounds good.
He is good at debate. He's good at breaking people down, and he's good at getting in your head. Like I went one-on-one with him thinking like,
good recall.
If nothing else, this will be funny. Wasn't.
It was painful.
It was bad, dude. And like I went into it, going like, all right, we're gonna respect each other a little bit, of like, this is entertaining. I did it at Gas Digital. It was just me, but I had Natalie in the sound booth, and she's talked about this where like, he came on right before we actually like started the live stream, and I was like, hey, happy Friday, like good to meet you.
He was like, shut the fuck up.
Literally,
it's about to get real legit.
I said happy Friday, and he goes, well, it will be for me. And I was
what
like,
the fuck is that even supposed to mean?
Asshole.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna fucking destroy you.
I'm sorry, are you predicting something terrible?
And let me tell you something. He did. He did.
He walked out. I told you it's a Good Friday.
Yeah, dude, I got my shit kicked in on that thing. So one, I can't debate. I don't know the tactics. I've never done anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
I'm a clown. That's what I don't.
Yeah. She opened up with
I
that, and he ripped that apart. Everything you said,
and so
he was
I said that. I was like, dude, I'm a comedian, and he was just like, yeah, you're a failed comedian.
What the fuck?
He just started hitting points like,
dude,
what?
And so there were two things during that debate. I lied through my I panicked, backed into a corner, lied through my teeth.
I would do the same.
It felt very much like, have you ever like been talking with somebody and they're like, "Oh, have you ever seen like this movie?" And you haven't, but you're like, "Yeah,
With that guy in that place.
And then you try to like, you're like, "Fuck! Well, now I have to lie through this as they're calling me on it."
Song too, yeah, 1000%.
It felt exactly like that. So, except my thing was much higher stakes. So he said, he kept saying like, "You're a failed comedian." The one thing that I will give myself credit for is
I am a failed comedian, but
is that you can't break my heart with an insult. There is nothing that you can say to me that I haven't said to me in the mirror.
I love that.
So there's nothing I won't cry. And that was like the moderator had messaged me later and she was like, "I mean, props to you for holding it together." And I was like, "Yeah, thank you." Like, cause and I knew that like you will never get like an actual genuine emotional reaction out of me for something like that. Like I will laugh it off or what. I did panic internally because I'm like, how do I get through another fucking hour of this? But you know, it wasn't like anything that broke my heart, which is funny. I've looked at the comments and they're like, "You could tell she's about to cry." And I'm like, truly was not.
Yeah.
Was stoned, which was a bad way to go into it. I wouldn't have been good had I gone into it sober, but I went into it high as shit.
Yeah, that's just gonna raise it. Yeah.
Bad.
Probably not it better.
So he kept saying that I was a failed comedian. Now the worst thing that you can do in that is go, "Nuh-uh, I'm not a failed comedian. Like I've done this, and this."
You're a failed comedian, man.
And
He probably is.
What I meant to what I wanted to articulate in that moment was, I'm not a failed comedian. I'm 3 years into comedy. You haven't heard of me because I'm barely I'm doing fine for 3 years. And I'm doing
your show. Like you're doing his show,
yeah,
dumbass.
I'm doing better than I should for being 3 years into comedy. And yeah, you took this debate with me. You saw that I have some reach on the internet.
Exactly.
You wouldn't take it with like a
team saw that I was like a decent following, whatever. Like.
So I'm like, I'm not a failed comedian. I'm just like I'm in an appropriate place that I'm very comfortable with for being 3 years in. There's a lot that I should be doing more of and better. That's just my own personal laziness, but like
it could be way worse.
I'm doing fine for 3 years in. What I said was I do sold out shows all the time. I just did one this past weekend in Appleton, Wisconsin.
I mean, who's going to fact check that though? Appleton.
Well,
you'll see right now.
So here's the thing.
Right now.
I was on a sold out show in Appleton, Wisconsin. It was Big J. Okerson's show.
And I performed.
It was sold out though.
It was sold out, and I was doing a 10-minute guest spot, but I was there. No, so and that was he was like, "Well, is it your shows or is it like a headliner sold it out and you just happen to be there?"
My show,
and I said both.
Oh, smart.
Which
it's not wrong.
I had done a sold out coffee shop that held 20 people in New York City.
Everyone walking in.
Exactly. I did a 20-person coffee shop in New York that was technically sold out like a week or two prior.
That's pretty good though.
God. So no, it's so I went to that, and then immediately as soon as I said it, I was like, I'm gonna have to call Big J about that because that was a crazy thing for me to say. And then later in the thing, he was arguing with me, and he's like, "Chicago is more dangerous than a literal war. Chicago is a literal war zone, and it's like it's so dangerous, and certainly parts of Chicago are dangerous." Now, again, what I wanted to articulate, what I should have said, was Chicago is not as bad as you're painting it to be. I have been to Chicago. I've been to dangerous parts of Chicago. Certainly there's danger there. But I've also been to war-torn countries, and I have seen the fallout and the effects that last decades after civil war and unrest in these countries, and they are far more dangerous than what we have here in the U.S., because at least in the U.S. we have like an active police system and we have some infrastructure. Like I've been to every country in continental North America, so I've done all of Central America, and I've done almost all of South. I've been to some rough places, and I've seen the way that these wars can have effects years later and how dangerous they are. That's what I meant to say. What I said instead was, I've been to war zones.
I've been on the fucking
Chicago ain't got nothing on that shit.
And
I've been through this shit, bro. You don't fucking know me.
Dude, he caught it immediately. He goes, "What war zones have you been to?" And then I just pulled directly out of my ass because I realized that I had
Vietnam.
just misspoke. I said, I've been to Syria, Yemen,
God,
and Israel, and I've been to none of the three. I haven't even
goodness.
touched that. Or no, I think I said Syria, Lebanon,
Oh, Lebanon's a good one.
and Yemen, which I was supposed to go to Lebanon actually this October, and that had to get postponed because it's a little
Actual
war
war.
zone.
It's a little fucked up right now.
So, that didn't, but so I just named 3 countries, and then he's like, what part of them were you in? And thank God my brain had the wherewithal to go, if I say the war zones in these countries,
You know the bad parts.
I'm gonna be such an asshole, and I can never dig myself out of it. If
Yeah,
I start
so
lying
true.
about like seeing like war on the, I've already done this.
false, what is it? Fake
Stolen
valor.
valor.
Stolen valor.
I was like, I've already kind of stolen valor. If I say like those cities that I've been on the front lines, I can't do that. So I just like sidestepped it, and then of course, people were like, she couldn't even name the war zones, and I'm like, no, I could have.
I could have.
I
would have lied.
demonstrated restraint,
Yeah.
actually. But so I said those 2 things, and then the next day, like the debate went horribly. It didn't get any better from there.
Yeah.
Because also the crux of what I was debating with him was, I believe that he is a grifter. I believe that his entire thing is a played up act, and he's just cashing in on a problem that he's convincing his followers exists. Like he's
agree to that, yeah.
he's manufacturing a problem, and then he's selling you a solution. He sells you courses on how to debate.
Snake oil salesman.
In a way.
Yeah, and that's existed since the dawn of time. My whole evidence for that is 1, I have eyes, and 2, I have been a reality TV producer for 7 years. So it's like I've been around con artists, and I can see bullshit pretty easy. I'm good at identifying it. I'm good at identifying when somebody's putting on a show. But I don't have hard facts to prove it. Like, it's intuition.
Yeah.
So I'm arguing something that can never be proven because I'm not in his fucking head. So, I was losing from the beginning, and it just didn't go well. And then, of course, people have hung on to the fact that, like, she said she did sold out shows, and she said she'd been to war zones. Fair enough. I lied through my fucking teeth. I did, to my own credit, the very next day, went on I called Jay, and I was like, Jay, I just started lying. I don't even know what happened. I just started lying. And then I went on like 3 podcasts, and I owned up to it immediately. I was like, this is what happened.
The apology tour.
Yeah.
I don't know why I stole valor of both comedy and the military, but I did both.
Yeah. Immediately after, I was doing like the Friday Night Hang clips, and Dave Smith was still there. And I remember texting Josie, like, Dave keeps bringing up this debate that you're doing. Basically just getting like the word got out there. But then they immediately, as much as they were like not hating, but telling her like, why would she do that show? She knew this was going to happen. They immediately were like, yeah, but she had the self-awareness and the accountability to after immediately be like, I lied, I fucked up, I don't know what that was, which is the most important thing I feel like, that you did right after.
Better than me, 'cause I would just let it rock.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to own up that this has happened. And so since then, there have been people who liked me before that, and then they saw me go on there and go at their guys that they like and that they idolize. And also, you just should never really put your for real ideologies and things like that. If you're just trying to be a comedian, you don't need to get political in any regard. And I didn't really get political, but like, now people are like, oh, this shrill feminist bitch, which a little.
Which I am.
A little, sure. But like, people are like, oh my God, this is the most liberal woman ever. And I'm like, just objectively.
They don't know you.
No, like I'm very moderate, and I'm very, but whatever. People are going to see what they want to see. This chick did.
I'm sorry to interrupt this podcast, but a quick reminder to like, follow, subscribe. You can get the full versions on YouTube, Spotify, full audio on Apple Podcasts. Follow me, follow Josie, follow Dan. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, no one really cares. Thank you for listening. This episode's filled with a lot of insider gas digital lore and Philly comedy scene lore. If that's what you're into, appreciate you guys. Like, follow, subscribe. Turn those fucking noties on. Turn those boaties on. You already know what to do. Now let's get back into the show.
So the whole thing behind her hating of me.
The reason she commented on that post.
It sounds like she's just been plotting on you for a little bit.
Maybe, but like, she claims that she hates me because I'm a horrible person, and her evidence is how I talk about those guys. And
for lying on their shows.
Her big thing was like, well, you said that you sold out a weekend. And, you know, that's like real comedians know how hard that we fight to get that. And I'm like,
she said we?
Yeah,
she did say we. And part of me is like, sure, yeah, it was a shitty thing. I've owned up to, if you truly hate me for that, fine. I've owned up to it. I was sat next to, while this whole thing is, you know, unraveling on air, I'm sat next to Big J, the person whose weekend Valor I stole.
And he was helping you.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
he did not give a shit.
He's over it, you know? And it's like, yeah, it was a shitty thing. But if it's like something worth hating someone over, he should be the one that is like, all right.
Yeah, annoyed.
Yeah, like he should be the one that really has strong feelings towards that. And he's just, you know, he's over it. And like, yeah, you can think that that's a shitty thing that I did, and if you don't like me for it, that's fine. But it's not like she commented that on the photo. She commented about my weight, which was the whole thing that I like. And I said to her, I was like, crazy. Dude, you're 100 pounds heavier than me.
Have you been preparing?
So I
some shadow boxing.
No, something.
So I have a couple gyms now that I'm gonna, actually tomorrow will be my first day training. I'm going tomorrow morning and training at Drew Montana's boxing gym.
House of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Drew Montana's basement of Hard Knocks.
No,
I could see you guys sparring, just you and Drew, just one-on-one, just fucking pretend I'm Aaron.
Lewis called me and he's like, have you trained at all? He's like, have you ever been punched in the face? And I was like, I mean, like,
by dude.
Fifth
by my man. Besides from my man. Nah.
Yeah, you flirting with me right now? Like, what are we doing? Yeah. I like to get clocked, maybe. No, I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I did, like, 5th grade karate. And he's like, okay, so, no. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, all right, yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You have to practice getting punched in the face.
Yes.
And, like, part of me is like, I truly thought that she was just going to fully back out.
Me too.
It sounds like she just really wants this clout.
That's the other half.
Yeah, I think that's a piece of it.
I think she's not like really. This is her moment of shine. She's been going to the show for years now.
I'm just analyzing from an outsider's perspective, you know, because I don't know who the fuck this lady is.
She wasn't there. She was at the stand on Monday because I had to go up on Monday and deliver Ari's suit to him.
Of course.
She was at the stand, but she didn't go to the show. So I don't know why she was at the stand.
I saw that they said she was upstairs or something.
Yeah.
Just hanging out at the bar type thing.
She does that.
I guess, yeah. Well, so, and Lewis confirmed with her. He, like, asked her if she was still, you know,
with it,
going to do it, and she said yes. Because the thing is, like, well, so during the original thing, they called down the manager of the stand because one of the comedians that was on it was concerned that she would go to Skankfest and then back out of the fight.
Oh, yes.
And so they got Joe Harari, the manager of the stand, to say that, okay, if she goes and she backs out, she's banned from the stand. She can't go.
I love that episode
making the stakes
so much.
higher because she really can't back out because she can be a bitch.
Yeah.
She can't go back to her favorite place.
Well, and the whole reason that I then challenged her to the fight was because, you know, we were talking about, like, the post and stuff, and Lewis, I think, asked, like, you know, what would you have done if we didn't do this? And I was like, I would have spit in her face.
I would have fucked her up right now.
I didn't even say that I was going to beat her. I was like, I'll spit in her face. And then Lewis was like, or no, Aaron was like, oh, if you had done that, I would have sued. I was like, okay.
Soft.
What a shitty answer. And then,
that's crazy.
Whatever. And then she was like, cause I could just beat your ass and then that would be winning one fight, or I could go and ruin your life forever, and that seems like it would be more fun.
What a Jewish answer.
And so I was like, do you want to fight at Skankfest? And then she, like, immediately kind of started to back out of it a little bit. She eventually agreed to do it, and then a few days after the whole thing happened, so they released the episode. What nice fans. I got such an outpouring of love after that. It was insane.
That's amazing.
Like, everybody was so kind, and wow. But then she, like, released a statement on her Instagram a few days
Who
after.
the fuck does she think she is?
Yeah, like this is a press tour.
Which
or a press
they
statement?
read on Bobby Kelly's podcast, YKWd.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like the whole post was like essentially, I am a beautiful, God-fearing Christian woman who, like, I asked God why. Like, I've been just torn down over the last, like, week, and it's been so hard. And, like, I asked God why, and he said it's because he's pushing me away from places I'm not meant to be. So I took that whole thing, and I was like,
She having mental breakdown?
I think she's backing out.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But then Lewis confirmed on Monday she's like still in it, so she's still in it. Also, to call someone fat and then like and start this whole thing and then claim God-fearing
That's
Christian
crazy.
is so funny. I don't think she realizes how funny it is, but it is very funny. But now, and then she, in addition to all the, comments about my weight, my appearance, everything else, whatever, during the podcast, she made the claim that the only reason that I get on Skankfest is because I'm gurgling cum.
She said some crazy stuff about her.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you gurgle cum," and I was like, first of all, didn't even know. I was like, "What does that mean?"
I'd love to if I knew what that meant.
Not gargle.
I might.
And then she was like, "Yeah, you're blowing like people, and then they give you spots," which is not true.
This isn't politics.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, not true. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm above it. I've blown a guy to get him out of my apartment before. Blowing people for my career would be noble, in my opinion. I just haven't done it. I haven't had to.
Opportunity hasn't presented itself.
Hasn't come
right.
knocking yet.
I'm not blowing the Legion of Skanks.
To get on Story Wars.
If someone on an arena tour came knocking at my door and was like, "I'll let you open my arena tour for a blowjob,"
You're,
You betcha.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That has not happened.
Yeah.
I've been able, it's not like Gas Digital is an
That's what I'm saying.
impossible bar to reach that you have to open your throat for.
That's a great point.
It's, I love going on Gas, and I love Lewis and Jay.
Yeah, don't disrespect gas like
never.
that.
No, I absolutely.
I'm teasing.
And Lewis and Jay have been nothing but good to me. The way that I met them was I had actually quit comedy during the pandemic. Like, I had just started 6 months before the pandemic happened, and then I quit. And took years off, and then the DC Improv called me. I had just moved to Philly. They didn't even realize it, but they called me and they were like, "Hey, we really want you to host this weekend. It's for this guy, Big J. Okerson." And I had seen him on This Is Not Happening before, and I was like, "Yeah, I like him. All right, fine. I'll do it. Fuck it." And I really almost did not go. My car had gotten shot right before it. I had to rent a car to get that. It was a whole thing.
Your car got shot?
Yeah, in front of my house. It's fine. Years ago now, but
Great neighborhood.
I live in West Philly. It
Lovely
happens.
people.
Any opening, any places to rent out there?
But it's actually, we at the second floor of my apartment is currently for rent. But so, I really wasn't going to go. And it was one of those situations where I got religious and I was like, all right, if I'm meant to go to this, just make it happen. I'll go with it. It all worked out and I went down and I had a great time and they were so nice. And, they were like, you should come to Skankfest this year. And if you're in New York, come up to Skanks.
Lewis was there when you went to open for Jay?
Yeah, Lewis was the feature that
okay, I
weekend.
didn't know, okay.
So it was fresh out of the pandemic. Lewis was the feature and Jay was the headliner. And then they're both so nice that Jay came to Magoobies a couple months later, which is my home club that's in Baltimore, and he was
Good old Magoobies.
yeah, he's like, "Hey, do you want to do spots on this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's actually really nice. Yeah, I would love to do that." And he got, he talked to the manager of the stand and introduced me, and I got to do stage time there, and he's a really good dude, and I know I'm not the only person that he does that for.
Of course.
He's done that throughout his career.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with Lewis. Lewis let me open for him, let me feature for him when he went to Canada. And it's they're just nice guys and they're friends of mine.
They kept it so real with you on that episode with Aaron too.
Yeah.
They were like, Josie's
That
a
was-
lot of
I'm gonna
things.
say, was that the
Josie's
episode?
this and
Yeah.
that. But
You showed
she's
me when
not.
you were screaming at someone. I wasn't putting
Yes.
I wasn't connecting the dots. I remember he showed me you were yelling at some blonde-haired lady.
Yeah, she's like a redhead.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's, and Lewis on that episode was like, Josie's a lot of things. she's annoying.
Yeah, he was just ripping her, and I was
She
like,
tries too hard.
yeah.
She can be desperate for attention at times. And I was like, yeah, all of those claims are 100% true.
Yeah.
But it's, we're friends.
Yeah, but he respects her work ethic. Like, he respects.
And again, we're buddies. Like, it's weird to, like, I don't know. The whole thing is. So yeah, when she was like, oh, well, you only get what you get for like blowing these people, whatever, cheap shot. Again, it's like the same thing with like, oh, you're a failed comedian. I'm not going to sit there and like hyper defensive be like, I don't blow anyone, like, because that doesn't make you look good. So like, yeah, I laughed at it and I was like, first of all, the lady who books Skankfest is a lady.
So true.
It's Rebecca.
Damn, this is all a projection of this person, Aaron.
It sounds like she just wants to blow someone for a job.
Let me psychoanalyze her. It just sounds like she's jealous that she's not opening for Jay. Even if you lied or not, she's not opening for Jay. She's not on Skankfest. She doesn't have a guaranteed spot. This is the only way she could get on Skankfest.
Yeah. So it's like, all right. And that,
For you, it's an easy dub.
After like and once I read her like statement from her Instagram thing, I was like,
her statement is crazy.
it's still, I'm like,
public service announcement.
It bums me out because I'm like, I don't want to hurt anyone for real. Like, if we can laugh about it, great. Again, I don't know how all there she is, and I'm like, it feels mean. I don't want to be mean. I'm not a cunt, and I don't want to be the mean girl of comedy because I'm not that. Like, I are there mean girls of comedy? Absolutely, but like and that's some people's style is to like be a bitch, and that's like their shtick, and it's fun and it's funny. It's not me. It's not authentic to me. So I'm like, I don't have that, and I don't want to be that. Like, it's one thing if we're roasting each other back and forth and we're friends, but like, I'm not just gonna sit here and mercilessly dunk on this lady, especially when it's like everybody in the comments also seems to not like her.
That's for shit, yeah.
So that sucks. But then with what he just showed me, someone commented, I did Story Wars again for the second time. When are you putting this out?
Probably this next week.
Great. I won Story Wars for a second time. I'm a 2-time Story
7
Warrior.
days from today.
That premieres tomorrow on YouTube, so I feel fine saying that.
Yeah.
But so I'm a 2-time Story Warrior, and somebody commented on an Instagram post of like the promo of me on Story Wars, and somebody said like, Josie's been on a lot lately. I don't know if that's good or bad, whatever, I don't care.
That's good.
That's good.
What Brandon just showed me was that she replied to that and said, yeah, they're forcing her down our throats like she's forcing them down her throat.
She's trying to say you're Taylor Swift right now.
She's trying to say but she's still saying she's sucking cock.
That's what she's saying.
And that's why she gets things.
It sounds like you need to punch this lady in her cocksucker.
I'm gonna have to beat her ass. Now I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you're slow. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, it's even more likely you're gonna win.
That's just crazy, dude.
That is crazy. She's doubled down like that.
Yeah, well, because I
if
thought... If
anything gives you fuel to the fire to fuck this bitch
absolutely, because my whole thing going into this, I was just like, okay, yeah, she regrets being in this.
She's innocent. She's naive.
She would take that comment back if she had the chance. Turns out, no.
Takes you back.
That bitch doubles down.
Turns out she feels more emboldened than ever to say that I'm some cock-sucking climber.
I just want to know how she actually really feels.
I want to know that, and I want to know who's actually in her ear going like this.
Saying, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, saying
I
like,
don't
hey,
think
keep
anybody
going.
is.
Maybe
like,
you should do this.
I haven't met a single person who's in her corner.
Me either. You'll find out it's Skankfest. You'll literally find out it's Skankfest.
I guess. Good God. So now I'm like, all right, now I have to get shredded and really good at fighting.
Drew Montana's House of Hard Knocks.
I'm going to train with Drew. I'm going to train with some other people as well.
Nice.
And I have that lined up. And I'm back in the gym now. I mean, I talked to Lewis and he was like, lifting weights is not going to help you in this, which is true, but I also need to, it's cardio, so I need to shed these 40 pounds that I put on because it's going up the stairs right now and hot outside. I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah. It's movement. It's about the movement and the learning the fundamentals of. Literally
everybody said like, it's just cardio. That's the most important thing is like, you're going to get gassed immediately.
Yeah, I would die.
My cardio is shit. So I'm like, okay, I do actually have to work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 3 miles today. I thought my heart was going to explode. So cardio is not my strong suit right now.
I can't do anything in the fucking heat. I walk constantly. Like I do like
I can walk.
I can, but I do like 20,000 steps a day. So it's like I
that's
have
a
like
lot.
something there, but then, you put me in 90-degree weather and I'm like, I think I am having a heart attack for real. I think I am dying.
Same.
I think this is the end. So
It's our heart starts pumping.
Wait, you ran outside?
Yeah.
that's insane. It's
I
so
did a- I
hot.
did a-
Insane.
technically, I did a 5K today, but I walked it with a sauna shirt on.
I walked in this to the train station. I walked 30 minutes from my house to the train station in this, and I was like, I think this is the end. Yeah, I like sat in the train station and like had my thing of water, and then immediately just was so sleepy. I was like, I may miss the train because I'm falling asleep right now.
I thought it would be a good idea to be like, yo, let me take a nice little jog, for as long as I could, record myself. Oh, look how beautiful it is. As soon as I put my phone away, I literally almost fell on the floor.
Yeah.
I was trying to show off for no reason.
There was a guy that got on at the SEPTA, the Philly Metro, at the same time as me, and he was just in full scrubs. And then we transfer at Trenton to New Jersey Transit to then get up here. He sat right behind me, and the entire time I'm just like, this is a present from God, because I am a hypochondriac, and I have thought since I got on this train that I was going to suddenly have cardiac arrest, and now there's a doctor right here, and he's going to save me if I need him to.
Just in case, you never know.
Yeah.
I have all the permission to fucking drop dead right here.
Yeah, I was like, okay, if I go out, he'll do CPR.
That's
he has to.
It is wickedly hot outside.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. But now it's supposed to rain for like the next 6 days.
Yeah,
Please.
Memorial Day
We
weekend's
need
going to
it.
be completely ruined.
Yeah.
It's going to rain.
Which I'm fine.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fat. I don't need to be outside right now.
Yeah, you need to start.
Dude,
I need to be in the gym is where I need to be.
Yeah.
I went to the beach the other day, and I felt like I just looked like a giant powdered donut. How
You look
pasty
like
I
a
was.
giant crab.
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
You look burned. You look
Well,
burned.
Yeah, I was going to say,
His
you
face.
said two different things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you are red.
Oh, very, yeah.
A little fucked up.
How's Kanye looking? Is he burned?
Kanye don't burn.
Kanye don't burn.
Kanye's already dark. Kanye's a dark man.
That one part of my legs is permanently tan.
Okay, that makes sense.
See, I look so much better with a tan, but then I was like, I think I'm going to start getting spray tans or like hitting the bed again. And then I like looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, you have to get skinny before you do. You can't spend money to tan your cellulite. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm not going to wear shorts anyway.
Yeah,
like, I
that's so
have to
true.
get skinny.
I'm wearing a one piece. Why the fuck do I need a tan?
I'm not
right
wearing
now?
I'm avoiding the pool this summer unless it's in my parents' backyard.
Yeah.
I'll use that
confined
one.
space.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'll let the woods see this, but I'm not letting anybody else see it.
I actually somebody told me you look tan. I was like, just from running outside.
Well, you fucking Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the white. But the white in me is like, what are you doing, brother? You're ruining us.
Nah, that's my.
But the Brazilians in me like, go outside. But
Yeah.
and the white in me is like, brother,
We need to be inside. In the
we
air
need to be
conditioning.
inside. You did not put on SPF 30 today.
I'm sorry to interrupt this podcast, but a quick reminder to like, follow, subscribe. You can get the full versions on YouTube, Spotify, full audio on Apple Podcasts. Follow me, follow Josie, follow Dan. If you like what we're doing, share this with a friend. If not, no one really cares. Thank you for listening. This episode's filled with a lot of insider gas digital lore and Philly comedy scene lore. If that's what you're into, appreciate you guys. Like, follow, subscribe. Turn those fucking noties on. Turn those boaties on. You already know what to do. Now let's get back into the show.
I'm wearing press-on nails for the first time, and they're great, but they keep popping off. So I'm just keeping them right here.
That reminds me of when my nails fell
Little
off.
nail
I'm gonna
Oh,
can
perfect.
we tell your girlfriend, like, if you find loose nails in here,
yeah,
that is
please.
just me, like, nervously picking them. It's not.
Please don't.
It's
Say that
not.
louder.
It's not, bitches. When she comes
Please.
back out, I'll be like, "This is me.
I'm peeling.
I'm peeling,
What's it called when reptiles fucking
shedding their skin."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand, feet, and foot disease.
I had hand, foot, and mouth last summer.
Last summer, what are you, 5 years old?
Yo, you know what's fucked up? So I shaved my beard for the first time last summer.
So you
right?
just look like a big
Do you
baby
remember how
with
he-
hand, foot, and mouth.
I did. I locked myself in my apartment and played nothing but Xbox for like 5 days.
That's so fucking funny.
But like, dude, I was walking around with like fucking gloves on. I looked like some kind of fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
I was walking around with like doctor's gloves on
Fingernails
outside and shit.
peeling
Yeah,
off.
my fingernails were starting to fucking come off, dude.
bet.
It was
It's-
so painful.
Yeah, this
was-
shit's no
She
joke.
said 85, yeah. That's
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
actually
even know what
fucked
that
up.
was because it's
I
such
didn't know what it
a
was.
It's a daycare disease. It's like you get it when you're 5 years old and you're with people for the first time.
So I think I got it at Bar A down the shore because I shaved my beard, and then the next day I went to Bar A to like beat the clock. So it's like
Okay.
drinks like fucking 25 cents
Was
for
your
a beer.
beard giving you a magical protection?
I
of
think it was.
diseases and
No,
viruses?
I think it was.
That is what hair is for.
I could see that.
is
think
to
it
like
was.
keep bacteria.
You got so
And
serious.
virus
Relax, bro. He's like, I think it was.
No, man, I think it was.
I really fucking think my beard
And like
was
just being
protecting
around
me.
a bunch of fucking people all at once, dude. Like just I don't know, maybe someone in there was sick. But then like I felt like patient zero because, all right, so
It's so contagious.
well, I started showing actual signs a couple days later on a Friday or Saturday. I was up at my parents have like RV at a campground, and we were sitting at the fire pit. And like meanwhile, it's like 75 degrees out, so it's already a little warm. I'm shivering in a hoodie,
Jesus Christ.
sweatpants in front of a fire.
You probably
shivering.
think you're on drugs.
No,
like we're covered.
Yeah.
I was trying to roll. I was trying to roll a blunt. I was like, my hands were going like this and shit. I felt like I was going through fucking withdrawals.
Jesus Christ.
So I thought it was just like a cold, whatever. So 2 days later, I went to the Lil Wayne concert at PNC.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You spread
Just
it to
touching everything.
Little Tunchi followers.
Just touching everything, and
Gave
then
everybody in the Little Wayne crowd
Yeah.
hand, foot, and mouth.
yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
So then I started having little blisters on my hands like 2 days later. And I
Yo,
was like, dude, I'm
that's-
fucked up.
I'm on
I thought it was bad athletes, but I was like, how do I have athlete's foot on my hand? That's crazy.
I would assume it's AIDS before hand, foot, and mouth.
fucking hand herpes
I'd
for
be
a
like,
second.
oh no, like my skin's shedding. This is fucking leprosy or
Your
something.
doctor probably looked at your
I went to the-
hand,
no, I went to
looked
the
at you,
fucking-
looked at your hand, was like,
I didn't even go to the doctor.
I know. And then if I was a doctor, I'd be like, do you work at like an elementary school?
No,
Or,
I'm just a
like,
construction
are
worker.
you,
You're playing with kids.
you
lately?
hang out with kids a lot? Like, do you have them?
My friends.
My best friend is she's a
Nice.
librarian at a special needs and behavioral school.
That's rough.
She gets she got pink eye the other day. I was like, that's disgusting.
That is a
like,
lot, yeah.
what do you mean you got pink eye? She just texted me earlier. She's like, yeah, some kid bit me again.
I got scabies.
Nah,
this time.
dude. I used to work with special needs kids on I used to be a school bus aide out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be in a confined space with some really hectic children.
Yeah.
I'll
The
put it
greatest
that
this
way.
country has to offer.
The
Yeah.
thing that fucks me up about like when I think about her job, she's the sweetest person I've ever met in my life, patience of a saint, and like she should be doing exactly what she's doing, like put on this earth to help kids that need that. So she's great. When it comes to like autistic kids and like developmentally disabled kids, like I get it, and she works so well with them. It blows my mind that they pair in this school and in like every special ed department the autistic and like severely developmentally disabled kids with just the super bad behavioral challenge kids.
So true.
Oh, so it's just one mix.
Why
what
are
they
you
do.
putting those two together? That's the most insane combination.
That is.
You put like kids that can't talk with,
With
like
criminals.
the baddest criminal kids in the world.
Literal
Kids are gonna
future-
rob them.
What the fuck?
Future criminals.
That's insane.
That is insane. I wonder why they do that. Just because they're
Yeah, because they just shuffle them all
Lazy
together. Like,
room.
yeah, I mean,
Two
I
birds, one
can't.
stone.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's like they have such
It's
different
like in
needs
jail when
too.
you put the pedos like with the other people, like with the snitches. You
Gen
put the
pop.
pedos.
Yeah.
You can't put them together because they'll be like
They'll kill each other.
the retards are gonna
Yeah, you
are gonna
put
kill the criminal
pedophiles and
kids.
cops together. That's what you put together
Yeah,
in jail.
something like that.
Yeah.
Never been to jail, but I know how it goes down.
Never
plan
been to
on
jail
going.
either.
I have a mugshot, but I've never been to actual jail.
Have you
Never
been arrested?
I've never been arrested.
Put in
Really?
handcuffs?
No, which is crazy because I steal.
I love to break
I'm
the law.
a thief.
I steal. I will never steal from like a person.
Yeah.
I'll never steal from a mom and pop shop. That's
so you're
crazy.
a modern day not Peter Pan.
Peter Piper.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. I don't even know what Peter Piper did. I know he's a
He picked
guy.
a peck of pickled peppers.
Yeah, I think it's just a stupid thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just steal from like Walmart and shit.
Big corporations. Steal
Yeah,
from
I'll
the
take
man.
from a corporation. The biggest thing I ever stole was a rug. I took a full.
Fuck.
I took a full.
Persian
I
rug.
walked out with a full fucking like area living room rug.
Wow.
That was my biggest thing. So what you have to do, and this is terrible and it's so trashy.
Here's the
it's-
sauce.
I am technically admitting a crime, but I am joking. This is all just a joke.
Comedy
so basically,
podcast.
what you do is most corporations, unless they catch you in the act, they will not press charges against you until what you have stolen hits the threshold to make it a felony, because it's not worth it for them to do any kind of small claims or anything. So that's different in every state. Federally, it's $1,000, and it has a 5-year statute of limitations. So if you're going to do it, you do have to be smart about it.
$999.
What I have found is the smartest way to do it is you got to keep a ledger of all the things that you've stolen.
It's just evidence.
The amount and the date at which you took them.
Okay.
Because after 5 years, those are no longer able to be prosecuted.
New piece of paper.
So it rolls over. And it's not $1,000 across, like, it's not like, oh, I took like $500 from like Walmart and then I took like $200 from like Target and that. No, it has to be $1,000 in that one store.
Just rolling over theft hours, basically.
So if you just keep a ledger, you can walk out with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you also know what you have and what you need more of, too.
Exactly. So it's like
a grocery list.
Yeah.
I'm about to go shopping.
It's harder to do it now because like self-checkout is so finicky. Back in the day, it was 2019 that I stole the rug. Because I had just moved into my first apartment and I was like, I need a rug. And I went to Walmart. I just walked out with that bitch. I paid for like a trash can and like something else.
Shit I needed.
I mean, I feel like you could have just scanned the rug as a lemon, but you got to fully commit.
I put the rug in the shopping cart and just walked out with it. I was like, yep.
Let a motherfucker try me.
Yeah. I mean, if you get caught, I don't work here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I fucked up the self-checkout.
Yeah. I'm not a fucking cashier.
My bad. Yeah, like I must have misdid that.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
I'm trying to think of the biggest thing that I've stolen.
I just really remember like back in like middle school, we used to go to Walgreens and steal candy and gum and resell it.
Yeah.
Like little things like that.
That's
Me too, that's what I'm. Yeah.
I think most people, like all the kids that like sell candy and shit on the subway, that's what they do. So it's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I've never stolen like electronics or anything like that. I've never done that.
I've actually stolen at the Apple store one time when we went, it was iPods that were just without screens. They were so small. I was like in
high clips.
It was like a mini player iPod.
Yeah, the little shuffles.
Yes, the little shuffles, and it didn't have. And we went to Apple one day, and 3 of them were just not hooked onto the thing, and me and my boys were like, I could just pick this up and take this off right now.
Well, and that was before. So now you can't steal anything from Apple now because it all has the chip, so they know where it all is.
Wow.
Because that's the thing. The Philly Apple store got raided, I think, in like 2022. I don't remember why, but something happened, and they looted the Apple store, and everybody was like, you guys are retarded. They know where you are. They have location services.
They chipped the whole thing.
Yeah. So
you never seen Find My iPhone, you dumbass?
Yeah.
For real, dude.
And like everything that they make now, not the older shit, obviously, like iPods and stuff didn't have that, but like, yeah, all the new current shit has that.
Yeah.
The next iPhone's they're all gonna have chips made from Israel.
Oh, looks like I'm not buying it.
Like a pager?
Yeah, it's got kind of a similar vibe. It's all
sounds like that.
I'm like, ooh,
they're gonna be golden iPhone.
I'm not even a crazy conspiracy theorist, but I'm like, I did see the pager thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was a real thing that happened.
I don't know that I like that.
Yeah, I'd switch back over to like a fucking Motorola Razr before I get a new iPhone after that.
I was an Android person for forever, and then I finally switched over to iPhone.
You
and I'm
seem
like
an Android person.
Yeah, I'm fine with it either way. It's a phone. You'll learn how to use it. You'll learn how to make all the things work.
Yeah.
Whatever. In 2024?
Yeah,
2024.
Look up Israel pagers.
So basically, Israel had been
working in cahoots
putting chips into these pagers that were being shipped to Lebanon, and in a coordinated attack to
destroy
attempt
Hamas.
to take Hezbollah in order to take out Hezbollah.
Same shit.
There was a day in which they just detonated all of these pagers, and they just exploded indiscriminately.
Killed innocent people, whoever was around.
Killed both the guilty and the innocent.
Yes.
And Yeah, but
It tracks.
like 1,000 pagers just exploded.
And they were doing crazy shit. Like they were, the pagers were made in Germany, but then shipped to Canada, and then shit. Like they were put all over the place. But it was really the
'cause
Mossad orchestrating.
The thing
they
is,
knew where they were getting their shits from.
Yeah, Lebanon would never intentionally import anything from Israel. Like you can't go to Israel and then go to Lebanon. If you've ever been to Israel, they won't admit you in the country.
Yeah, we have a friend. He's not a fan. Our Lebanese friend.
Yeah, he was.
yeah. For me, it's interesting because I travel quite a bit, and my goal is to visit every single country before I die. And I have worked with a lot of people internationally, so it's like I know people from Palestine, I know people from Lebanon, I know people from Syria, and I know people from Israel, and it's like it's such an interesting perspective to hear everybody,
it really is.
how everybody is. And I know, obviously, like, a government is not always reflective of the people who live in a country,
100%.
which is what I always have to remember. Like, right now, there's people who certainly hate the U.S. and,
Everyone.
who it's like, I can't blame you for that. I would hate it if you associated me with the government and all the things that they do. That would not be great.
Yeah, like this pager situation, our boy, his direct family is affected by these pagers, and his friends are getting hit and with shrapnel and things. And it's like, oh shit, I see that perspective. I see both perspectives,
of course.
and it's like,
The
American in me is like, go get some more pagers. But then the fucking human side is like, bro, maybe chill the fuck out.
I have friends like who are from Palestine, so it's like, and then they're like, I hate every Israeli, and then I have Israeli friends who are like, I don't fuck with what the governments do. I think these things are wrong, and I'm like, it's so it's like I would hate for my Iranian friends to be like, I fucking hate you just on the principle of you being from America.
Of course, yeah.
But it's like, I understand your hatred towards America right now. Like that's, I get it. I don't know.
You're about to have to go for you to go to those two countries. You're gonna have to backpack, sneak across the border, an illegal immigrant.
I was supposed to
put it on your passport.
You can't go to. If you go to Israel, you cannot then go to. There's 9 other countries that, like, at least in the current government that they have, you will have a lifetime ban. You cannot enter. So I have to hit those before I ever hit Israel.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed
Watch
to go.
the way you say that. Watch 1 second.
I meant it sexually.
How you doing, Israel?
Yeah.
Don't make me come.
Israel, do you have comedy club spots? I will blow you for them.
I'm saving you for last, Israel. How come you save the best for last?
I was supposed to go to Lebanon for my friend's wedding on Halloween this year, and they moved it to Armenia. So now I will be going to Armenia instead.
Safer option.
Yeah, they were like, we can't, which fair. But so it's like I have to hit Israel and Syria and Yemen and Sudan and a couple other places before going to, or I'm sorry, I have to hit Lebanon and Syria, Yemen, Sudan, and then there's a couple other places that will not let you in if you've been to Israel. So
Josie travels. She just went to the fucking Galapagos Islands.
Yeah, I just went to the Galapagos.
I like to brag about how I have a passport with 0 stamps in it.
Now the sad thing is a lot of even if you go places, the passport, like in Europe, they don't stamp you anywhere now in the EU because they've just switched it to electronics. Thankfully, most of my travel has been to Central and South America, and they do still stamp for that, which is nice.
Cute, yeah.
Can I request it? Like, I know you guys still have the fucking
not
stamps.
In certain places, so not in the EU. I have EU stamps from before that, but now they don't. There's some place like in Canada, they'll stamp you, but only if you ask for it.
Oh, I'm asking.
I drove
I'll stamp you.
into Canada, and they didn't stamp my passport, and I didn't realize that I had to ask for it, so I just turned the car around and I went right back out, and then I came right back in, and they were like, were you here 15 minutes ago? And I was like, yeah, I left something at my hotel, I had to go get it.
Can you
stamp? And then he was like flipping through my passport, and I was like, can you stamp that? And he was a dick. The fucking Canadian guy was such a dick. He stamped it in the center so it went over all 4 of the fucking visa spots on that page. I was like, you asshole.
What a dick.
But I got my stamp.
But I've been to Canada.
I've been to Canada.
I can prove it.
Yeah, I've never been, but I definitely would want to go.
Have you left the country at all?
No, never. I've barely.
Why'd you get a passport?
Because I was supposed to go on vacation with someone I was dating, and then he ended up breaking up with me immediately after I got the passport. So I was like, "Fuck, all right, cool."
It's a good sign, though.
It was a good sign.
As someone who has been broken up with in a foreign country, it's better to break up stateside. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I feel like that was definitely the move.
It is tough to break up on vacation.
Yeah, well, how long into the vacation did you break up? Like day 1, day 2?
A week and a half.
It's a long.
A week and a half. I was also having a medical emergency. We traveled together a lot. Like we had traveled together. We were together like almost 5 years, and we had hit like 30 countries together. 25 countries together, something like that. We traveled a lot. Because I traveled for work, and he worked remotely and loved to travel and had money. So
it works.
He was like, "Yeah, I'll just join you," and then we just went everywhere.
Wow.
So it was very nice. Loved it. But then, yeah, when you do that,
Came to a crashing burn.
when you do that and like you have other, like we were supposed to go to Kenya together, like right, we were in Italy, we were in Sicily, we broke up in Italy. Sicily got worse.
Italians.
I followed him to Sicily, and then we were supposed to go to Kenya and like go on safari together, and that was something through his work. So then I couldn't go on safari. I was so bummed about that. But yeah, we did that, and it's not, when you're traveling constantly, it's not like you have the thing in the back of your mind where you're like, all right, I'll wait until we get home and then I'll break up with you, because it's like, oh, we have another month and another country and a half ahead, so we should break up now.
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
You got lucky.
Can you leave me alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah, we did. He did. We did leave each other alone.
I didn't. It took me a while to leave him alone.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Insane. A 5-year relationship, you're having a medical emergency.
Yeah.
And I'll say to his credit, now don't get me wrong, fucked up.
No, yeah.
For sure fucked up. And looking back on that, I'm like, if ever you reach back out, we do have to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going absolutely nuts, and we didn't know that it was a medical situation. He thought that I was like legitimately insane and losing my mind. So, but it was actually like a medical thing that was happening instead.
But then...
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
It's a sloppy.
The abridged version is I had something called encephalitis, which is when your brain is swelling.
Okay.
And it was due to an autoimmune thing that was happening under the surface that was attacking a receptor in my brain and making it swell. But when that happens, at first, the first stages of it, it's kind of flu-like symptoms, like you just feel generally unwell. And then it progresses into what looks like a psychological mental breakdown. So like I was going crazy, and it wasn't like, I don't have bipolar disorder, I don't have schizophrenia, I don't have anything like that, but it kind of looks like it if you don't if you don't have the inside knowledge that your brain is on fire. It's like, oh, this bitch is losing her goddamn mind, because I was. And then if it progresses from there, which thank God we caught mine in time, it goes to like seizures and permanent brain damage, and then you die.
Sounds like fucking rabies.
She was like
Yeah,
fighting
it's not good.
Yeah, it was like fighting the Italian police.
Yeah, it took police to like take me down. I had to get like tricked into coming home to the US.
Wow.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Jesus Christ.
yeah, but I made it, and I'm fine. It was thank God they found it in time to like no lasting brain damage, but they told me, they're like, it's going to take like a year for you to fully feel back to normal. And my attitude towards things, when something wrong happens, when I do something wrong or I fuck up in any way, I'm like, no, it's fixed immediately now. We fixed it. And so right after I knew where I was again, and they like brought me back to reality, I was like, it's fixed, I'm better. And they were like, no, it's going to take like a year for you to completely get your emotions like regulated again, and like your memory to fully be there and stuff. Like it's going to take a little while. And I was like, nope, I'm better. And
I'm good right now.
They were corrected to take like a year.
Jesus.
I look back at like the few months after it happened, and I was like, I shouldn't have been on the internet. I was saying a lot. I was podcasting like every fucking week. I was like, damn, I really just put it out there. My work ethic suffered. Like it was a whole mess, but back to normal now. So that's good.
Damn.
The only permanent change.
That was
is
like right before I met Josie.
Yeah, the only permanent change is that I hated sports before it happened, and then through like a weird situation, now I love sports. I specifically love football.
Sounds like it kind of made up for it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean now that's fun. Like I watched the draft this year, and I was like excited about
I don't
it.
even like sports. Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
I love the
that.
NFL, and now I also love hockey, which is fun. So yeah,
Favorite teams?
all Philly teams.
Of course, I should have guessed.
Go
that.
Birds, go Flyers, go Sixers, even though the Sixers are ass. Go Phillies. I'm originally from Maryland, so like
No Ravens fan?
if the Ravens are doing well or if the Orioles are doing well, I'm
fuck
like,
with 'em.
that's such a nice thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, good for
Yeah.
you. I hope you guys continue to do well. But like, I don't have like the passion that I do for the Eagles.
I was born
I'm
into
assuming you're Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
He is
born
a
into being a
Giant.
Giants fan.
Yeah.
And a Yankees fan. So I mean being a Yankees fan kind of evens out the
Yeah.
whole Giants fucking sucking.
At least you're not
But-
a Jets fan.
That's
It
terrible.
could be worse.
I was honestly debating a backup team like 2 years ago. I was like, all right, well, Baltimore's close enough. I could drive to go see a game. So is Buffalo, but like Buffalo's fucking deep.
And you
So
really
I
hate
was
the
really,
Eagles
I
that
was
bad.
really, yeah. I'm not. That's. See, all right.
So the Eagles and the
Jesus
Giants
Christ.
are in the same division.
Yeah.
That would be crazy if
Your father would disown
my
you.
dad would probably beat my ass.
Yeah.
My daddy will beat my ass.
See, like
boy.
it's my family is all Ravens fans, and we're not even in the same
Division.
conference.
that
so
makes
it's
more
like,
sense.
all right, they don't
They don't cross paths
care.
that
They're
much.
Yeah,
like,
you guys
all
don't play
right,
each
she
other.
likes Philly. Yeah, we're playing each other once in the preseason this year, but it's like unless we go to the Super Bowl, we really never play
Yep.
each other. Like it just doesn't happen. So, there's no head-to-head rivalry or anything in the family over that. But yeah,
And you
I
like
mean,
the Phillies?
I do. I don't give much of a shit about baseball.
Yeah.
It's exciting that the Phillies do well when they do well, and in the same vein that like if the Orioles are doing awesome, that's also
fuck with it,
exciting.
yeah.
Baseball is boring as shit.
It can
is.
be.
I could see that.
Like,
I only
it's-
care about it because I used to play, so I like put myself
Exactly.
in the
Yeah.
perspective of the people. But besides that, I totally get it. Like I wouldn't watch cricket.
Yeah.
It's the shit where like people say like I like to golf. So people say like they hate watching golf. It's so fucking boring. But like if you go out and actually golf, this shit's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't care
Yeah,
what
yeah.
anyone says.
No, for sure. If you're in it, that'd be great. And going to the baseball game is such a social event. Like
Yes.
that's very fun. I will never watch baseball.
either,
Like I'll never
yeah.
sit down at my house and watch baseball.
Watch the baseball draft.
Unless it's like the World Series or something.
Yeah.
Like I'll never do that.
Yeah.
But football is my favorite thing to watch on TV, and then hockey is my favorite thing to watch live.
You guys did pretty well this year. The
Unexpected as
Yeah.
fuck. We had a 3.8% chance to even make it to the playoffs, and we made it to the second round,
Damn.
which is insane.
I'm a Devils fan, so I don't pay attention to hockey to the point where like I fucking watch it every day. But like if anyone asks, I'm a Devils fan.
So the reason that I got into the NFL and I like football is so when I
You
was
sound like you're a fucking linebacker. The reason I got in the
the re-
NFL, I
reason-
worked hard every
reason
fucking
I'm,
day.
reason I'm on the team
You
is
sucked a bunch of dick.
yeah, I sucked a bunch of dick, and also like I've been to Warzone, but also I was a D1 athlete.
They
so
love me.
yeah. No, so the when I was dealing with the medical crisis, I ended up in a hospital in Philly, and I don't have memory of like anything that happened during that time. But the one thing that I do remember was I was in the hospital bed, and it was Saquon Barkley's first year on our team, and he was just doing
welcome.
insane shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just doing absolutely insane maneuvers and breaking records and stuff. And he was breaking a record that night. And there was a security guard outside of my room who was listening to the game. And so all I remember was I heard the announcers like Saquon Barkley, like he had just done something.
Yeah.
And I was just lying in the bed. And for some reason, I just heard that and I was whispering to myself, I was like, Saquon Barkley. And in that moment, for whatever reason, I was like, I'm going to be okay.
That's great.
Saquon
I'm
saved
gonna
my
be
life.
yeah. It was like God was
Saquon
talking to me, and
saved
he's
me.
like Saquon Barkley. So I named my cat Saquon Barkley and everything. Like I,
Great.
super fan of that. But then I think following my own recovery, like I think subconsciously I conflated my survival with the
life.
Eagles, and then we went on to win the Super Bowl like a month or
Wow.
two later. And I, my emotions aren't regulated. I just had encephalitis, so I'm really passionate and I'm loving it. And I followed him, and so now I'm just a diehard Birds fan. So that was how that happened. And then this past year, my mom informed me. She's like, "Do you know your dad's like a huge hockey fan?" I was like, that is
Papas.
that
New
is
news to me.
Yeah.
100% news to me. And so I texted him and I was like, oh, so you like hockey? And he's like, I watch it every time it's on. And I was like, oh, who's your team? And they live in Maryland. So I was thinking he's going to say the Capitals from DC. And he was like, well, you live in Philly. So my favorite team is the Flyers.
Oh.
That's a real one.
And I was like,
That's a real one.
I went on StubHub and I bought us tickets to the game the next night. I was like, hey, come up to Philly. I'm taking you to a Flyers
That's
game.
great.
And then we went and saw a Flyers game and I was like, this is actually the most exciting live sport I've ever watched.
He says that.
I
He
love
said that.
no, dude. Watching
It's
hockey
so
live,
fun.
dude, especially when fights break out, bro.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
And then that was cool too, because like again, my dad lives in the woods in Maryland, so he doesn't really come to Philly ever. But then to see everybody like riled up in the stands, he was like, "This is incredible!"
Yeah,
that really gets you
yeah.
going.
So we were cheering on fights that were happening,
That's
and it
great,
was
yeah.
so fun.
Screaming
And
at
that
the
was,
dudes in the penalty box and
and
shit.
it was Flyers versus the Capitals, and we beat them.
Oh,
so it was a
shit,
very good
great
night.
game. Yeah, that's a great game too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very fun, and yeah, it was nice. So now I'm like, all right, I like hockey,
I'm a sports gal.
Yeah, I was like, I get to talk about that with my dad, so that's all.
That is amazing.
Well, at least you're a fan of like good teams, you know.
Well, what goes up must come down.
Very true.
I know that, and when I started, fucking with the Flyers, they weren't, at the top of this year, they weren't great. And then it just swung in that direction that it went well. And the Eagles, had a lot of years where it was painful.
Yeah.
And that's going to come back. We will get back to that because that's
Eagles-
the way it happens.
Their fan base is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
I went to a tattoo convention like 2 years ago now. It was right when I guess you guys won the conference or some shit.
Okay.
And I was at the convention center, like right downtown where the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And as I'm about to leave because of the event was ending, you could just look outside and just fucking, dude, the street was completely just packed with people.
Yeah.
And as soon as you went outside, like
Just
that was the
Philly
first time.
trash running
Dude, that was the
those
first time I went outside to open air and it smelled like a bar. I swear,
Yeah.
dude,
That's
dude,
great.
it smelled like a fucking bar.
So we take down, like, my favorite part of the city is the Ben Franklin Parkway, which is like a major roadway that goes like through kind of to Center City and like goes to City Hall. It goes from the Art Museum to City Hall, basically. And that entire thing is lined with flags from different nations around the world. And I love it. I think it's a very beautiful art installation. It's amazing. They do have to take the flags down anytime we're in a playoff game or if we're like going against like Dallas.
Dude just running away with a South
No,
fucking Korea flag.
because they grease up these poles
I know about the grease poles.
because we climb them and we still climb them even when they're greased.
They're like they're monkeys.
It's a challenge at that point.
It's
like-
literally like I have a friend, Ben Staub, shout out to him, a very, very funny Philly comedian. He's great at climbing up, and he did last time we were in the Super Bowl. He
Ben looks like the type to go fucking climb the
like
pole
a
after the
spider
win.
monkey,
Yeah.
just whoop right up. So
Didn't you guys like carry the goalpost through fucking Philly like recently, last year or something? Or
that
am I
doesn't
making that up?
fucking
about it?
surprise me. That's
Wouldn't
yeah,
doubt it, yeah.
probably. Like we're in the street. Like after the fucking Super Bowl win, I left my house and I just went downtown and we're just in the streets.
That's the great.
Yeah, I got out of town. I got out of Philly perfect time, dude.
No, I fuck with Philly a lot. I need to go hang out in Philly more.
It's come down anytime. Come down.
No,
like open
we should
invitation
go, yeah.
to anybody. Like I will give you the fucking tour. I love American history and I love.
Where's the best cheesesteaks?
So a lot of people are going to tell you D'Alessandro's. That was my first cheesesteak from there, and they're good, but they are not what I think they were because they became like known as the best cheesesteak, because it was like, oh, Pat's and Geno's for forever. So I've gone on the record and said it's D'Alessandro's. I don't think it is anymore. Now I think it's a tie for me between Oregon and Angelo's. They're both really fucking good.
Angelo sounds like
Sounds like he knows what he's doing.
They're both really good. And the way to do them is chop the steak. Salt.
With whiz, without.
So I don't do whiz. And most people, I do American. A lot of people now, like transplants, will do Cooper Sharp. It's fine. I prefer just American cheese with fried onions and salt, pepper, ketchup, mayonnaise. That's best way to do it.
We'll have to try that when we go out there.
It's delicious.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm a cheesesteak fiend.
It's so good.
Josie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
I appreciate you a lot. You want to tell them where to follow you?
You can follow me. All of my social media is just at Josie Marcellino. It's JosieMarcellino.
It's Josie Marcellino. Follow Dan. Follow me. We're going to be doing True Dat.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
let's put that in writing here.
Call Lewis. I have no control or anything. Call Lewis.
I will. Well, it was more of if you and Naeem were able to come here, going to Philly. It's the logistics that I feel like we're not working out properly that could easily get shuffled out.
I can go anywhere. If we do it in Philly, we can do it at my house. I could come here. We could do it here. Work it out with Naeem.
That's the number.
Work it out with Lewis.
Okay.
Those two.
Cool.
But yeah.
Sick.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.